Hi, welcome to Cell Whispers.
I'm Uliana.
I'm Derin, and we have something to talk about.
Joining us today, we have Maelys and Ethan. Very exciting times. Our first guests. Hey! Okay, you have the microphone. Let's start. Maelys, just tell us who you are, where you're from, what are you doing here, what's up, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good. Thank you so much. I am Maelys. Hello. I'm French and I'm born and raised in Dubai. And that's what I'm doing.
Awesome.
I am Ethan. I am Italian from Italy. I grew up in Italy. I was there until I was 14 and then I moved also to Dubai and did my high school there.
Okay.
So there's
yes,
reasons
Dubai
behind.
gang, yes.
Dubai bling.
Yes.
Lovely.
Tell us a bit about why you're here and are you happy and your life? Are you happy to be on this beautiful, beautiful podcast?
Of course, this is the best podcast in the world, I think.
Yes.
Here as in in the Netherlands?
In the university.
Ooh, yeah.
On this chair, anything.
It's a very comfortable chair.
Lovely.
But I came to the Netherlands because I really like the international vibe of just traveling and stuff like that.
Okay, yes.
My brother was living here before I came here.
Mhm.
And I visited a couple times, really like the vibe that the Netherlands was giving. And yeah, that's the reason I came.
Nice.
Thank you. I also think the chair is very comfortable. But I've always wanted to go abroad for university.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay. And then me and my mom, we've visited the Netherlands a couple years ago. And we're like, okay, this is where I want to study. So I'm here to study at the university. And now I'm here on this amazing podcast.
Well, we're happy to have you both.
Thank
Very
you.
much so. They're also creative media, our fellow classmates.
Yes.
We've chosen from the best of the
Yeah.
best.
The 10 people I mentioned in the first introduction episode, these are two. And
Basically half of our
Yeah,
class
half
is
of our
here right
class
now.
is
It's great. It's great.
yeah, so we mentioned what this episode was about before, and you already know, but we're gonna say it again. So this episode is about culture, basically.
Culture shocks, differences, stereotypes, intercultural communication, very complicated words, but basically we're all from different countries. There's 50 in our university, and we brought some people to share a bit of their experiences and how's life's been treating you as a French girl from Dubai and an Italian from Italy. Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit about how your country is you're perceived, and if you like it, you don't like it, and do you feel like you're a good representation of what people think of when they think about your country?
So I would say how people would perceive my country. In my head, there's two groups of people, right? The one where they love France.
Who?
And you guys go in the second category. We don't like France at all. But no, I think, fair on both sides. But how people would perceive French people would not necessarily be very positive. But I think I've been treated amazing so far. What about you?
Everyone's so kind here. Everyone's amazing. I've been treated amazing as well. Unlike her, I think there's only one group of people of perspective-wise of Italy. And I think everyone loves it, of course.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure. Do you not like it?
The country or the food, maybe?
The whole bundle, it's not like a package.
Okay, a
You
follow-up.
love it or love it. Yeah. There's no other option.
A follow-up question to Maelys I want to ask, because we all know you have the reputation of being the only French person everyone likes.
Stop!
Right? So what do you think about that? What does that mean for you and your people?
My people must be very proud of me. 100%. I am very happy to hear that. but I'm also not the best representation of my country if we really think about it, just because I've never lived there. So probably the people in France would not see me as that.
Yeah.
But me, myself, I would think I am because of the way, like, I grew up and whatever. But they would just not get me.
What about you, Ethan? Do you feel like you're a good representation?
I think I'm a good representation of the north of Italy. Because then if you go to the south, people are way different. I'm not even going to get into that.
Oh,
because
okay. sorry. I touched this.
just too much. But I think as people from the north go, from Milan especially, I think I'm a decent representation.
And what does that entail? Like, what kind of stereotypes and, like, what kind of perceptions would you think there are?
People tend to be more independent, less sociable in the north as more in the south. And I think that's the biggest difference. But there's a lot of little things, I guess.
Is the food same?
The food, I mean, the only thing the south has got is the pizza.
Mm.
Everything else comes from the north. But yeah,
So you're obviously the coming from the best part.
of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The amount of times I had a fight with this man about our food in our countries. Oh, well, I'm from Turkey and she's from Ukraine. We didn't mention in this episode. So
indeed.
that's why we had arguments about food. But it's okay.
Yeah, about the representation, I feel like it's been a lot of talking about, like, if you're a good representation as well, if I'm a good representation.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a terrible representation of my country. But, you know, I moved when I was 16, so it makes sense. But are you?
Well, culture-wise, personally, I would say I am, but it's not like I show my Turkish side much.
Should we be scared? Or?
There's a demon inside me. No. Like, looks-wise, no one thought I was Turkish at all. Like, no one. Absolutely no one.
You just said she looks Spanish.
I can relate.
Yeah, everyone thought I was either Spanish or, like, from... what was it? South America, yeah. So, and everyone's very shocked because I don't have a Turkish accent much. And everyone's like, how did you learn English? I'm like, we get education, actually. But yeah, what did people think about you?
Oh.
That's another very deep subject for me. No, but honestly, I don't look French. I can say that. So people will not typically think that I am French. But then to be fair, blood-wise, I am also from other countries, so it would also make sense. So it's fine. But I guess I just don't really look French. Do you think you look Italian?
It's a good pass over to it. I think, I don't know, I've not been compared to many different nationalities in my experience of living. But the most I've been compared to, I think, is American. I've had a bunch of people tell me I look American.
Yeah, I have a story about that.
Please tell.
In the introduction days, he was wearing like a Big Apple, like the New York hoodie. And we were playing like Two Truths and a Lie, I think, that game. And you said you were from the States, like you were American. And I fully believed, like
And his
I
name
was
is Ethan.
and your name is Ethan.
Putting that out there.
I fully convinced that was the truth and it wasn't. And I was like, what the I'm sorry.
But I feel
what?
I feel like your surname really gives it away.
Your surname is very Italian, not very much your name.
Care to share?
Oh, my surname.
Yes.
It's Malachini.
Indeed.
Yes.
There's the Italian. I can hear it.
So, a bit more university related. How do you think it's been for you guys to work with different nationalities? Because obviously it's very different, like working with an Italian person or working with like from a really cold country person, you know? Because Mediterranean people and, for example, Dutch people very differ in like some aspects. So how was that for you? How is it for you?
It's been complicated in some aspects because, of course, people from around the world, especially in here, because there's people from, as you said before, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
People communicate in many different ways. in group projects especially, it's been kind of hard to maybe get the right point across.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think after a while you get used to it and then it becomes easy again. What about you? What do you think?
I think especially growing up in Dubai, I've always been surrounded by people from all over the world. So it's not like I got used to it, but it doesn't get easier either. So obviously coming here and doing a lot of group projects, like we have one every week, it's hard. But then you get used to our small class especially.
Yeah.
And you get used to working with the same people over and over again. So it's been okay. But then, as he said, getting your point across or learning how people communicate in different ways is kind of complicated.
Yeah. No, for me personally, it's been like, because different cultures have different like sense of punctuality. We talked about this a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, we did. Yes, we talked about it a lot.
Because I feel like in Ukraine, like we're not like German punctual, but we are very punctual. Like if there's a time set, you come to the time when it's set.
Right, Derin?
Okay,
Right?
guys.
And and people who are like from countries that are more relaxed and which is everything is great.
I'm
with
sorry,
that.
I'm from a warmer country,
That's
okay?
beautiful. I love it. However, when the time is set, the time is set.
No, we literally have to tell Derin that we come like 30 minutes in advance just so she can come on
Okay,
the actual
okay.
time.
This is not about me, okay? Let's move forward.
Anyways, but in group work, I feel like there's also been like an understanding of like responsibility and like usually particular nationalities like take a leader role or like take a more like, you know, like sit back and like do the work. And that's been like kind of, you've kind of just been getting to know people and like how they work, especially in project management. I feel like that was the biggest. Yeah. How was project management for you guys?
Oh my God, it was so bad. Were we in the same class?
We're in the same class, but not in the same group.
Oh yeah, but it was so bad. But that is another very touchy subject.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, especially because it's the first module, so you know no one like of the people
you
you're
had
gonna.
project
the
management
first
first.
module.
No, we had it second, but we still like we
Yeah.
barely knew anyone of
True,
the people we were in the group with. I think of the 5 weeks, it took about 3 weeks to just start learning how the people in your group work, and that's a real challenge, especially with people from different countries, different cultures. We had in my group at least we were I think all from like different continents or at least almost. So it's crazy.
Yeah, that is that is pretty crazy because it's so hard in the beginning to do anything done, like to get anything done. It's so hard at the beginning, but I think once you get used to it, it's more like you feel even more okay at where you are than before, because then you know how to communicate with everyone basically, and like you know how to respect everything and all that. So it's nice, but at first it is pretty.
No, I feel like especially in our group because it's like 10 people. I already know who I can and cannot work with and like what little perks and quirks everyone has. So it's great. Have you had any like cultural shocks? Not even about people, but like in general coming to the Netherlands. Have you had any, you know, miscommunication stories and something that's really like, oh, whoa, we don't have that in Dubai?
It sounds like you have one. So
I thought I did, but it also links back to like the group projects with this one specific person. He was just. She knows. Oh, never mind. No. I don't know. You stressed me out, Uliana. Take the mic.
Okay,
Have you had any culture shocks?
I wouldn't call it shocks, but I think well in Dubai everyone speaks in perfect English. I think it's basically the main language there. I found it really interesting that here everyone speaks really good English. In Italy, well in the north not so much, but especially in the south, people don't really speak that well, and the people that speak it poorly.
Yeah, they don't. They
So I was
really
kinda
don't like
surprised
tourists
when
too.
Yeah.
I love your country, but
Typical
they were very
Italy,
mean to me.
But you still love it.
What do you have to say about that?
Well,
Anything to say?
if I was
you wanna
there,
apologize?
then I apologize for my people. You know,
It's okay. I forgive.
Should have been better. Should have been there for it.
That's okay.
But yeah, one culture, not very culture shock maybe, but one thing I was like, oh, this is like different from what I, like, is that stores close at 6. Yeah, like, I don't have that. Like, the earliest store closes 9 in Turkey. And like it's open on Sundays and holidays. Like you can find something to eat at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. You can still order food. And here, like you starve if you don't have food in your home.
Yeah, you do.
So that was really interesting for me because it's so interesting to see like after 6 p.m. it's like a ghost city. Everyone just disappears to their homes. And they also eat dinner at like 6, 7. That's also very interesting for me. Maybe in Dubai also.
Well, I
True.
used to always eat really late, but for example, whenever I go to work, I think, oh, I'm gonna go eat lunch. They say, let's eat dinner. It's like 4 p.m. when I go there. So I'm like, what? What do you mean dinner? And then, I'm like, oh, at the end of my shift, I'll be like, oh my God, I can finally go home and eat dinner. And they look at me and they're like, you're gonna eat again? Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Yeah, maybe so that's a very cultural thing. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
No, for me, a similar thing is that in Ukraine, and even I've also lived in Cyprus for like a year and a half, kiosks are a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like the little convenience kiosks with like, you have, little drinks, some stuff like this, like you walk for 100 meters and there's a new kiosk and they're open 24/7 or they're open at least midnight. I came here and I'm like, I'm feeling a sweet treat. Let me walk around. Nothing. There's nothing. There's Decca that closes at 9, which is fine. But, this has been great for my eating habits and not eating like crisps and cola at like 11 p.m. But yeah, I don't know if you guys had kiosks, but this has been a crazy, crazy tragedy for me because I feel like I'm so emotionally connected to those things, and they don't have them here. Can't even buy little sweet treats.
Maybe it's not a culture shock again, but for me, we always kiss from both sides, right? Like if we greet someone, we're like, 2 sides, and here it's only one side, and that's even if you kiss or like even if you greet someone physically. If you don't shake hands, like if you go like this side, like once, and I'm always like, where's my second side? Like that side is crying. Can I have another one? But then I'm like, oh, okay. And then when I go to Turkey, it's weird because I have the 2 sides, and I'm like, yes, this is me again. Like I feel like it's very different how people greet each other in different countries. So that was also like, oh, okay for me. Maybe French person can't speak.
The mic, thank you. No, I mean also in France, I would say like the whole kissing on both cheek is like how you would greet people, right? For example, when I was like little and like my parents' friends would just come, we'd always have to greet them, and I would always find it very awkward because I just wouldn't like that. I personally don't really like it at all. I just don't. I would rather just give a little hand. But no, I don't know how it is in Italy.
Actually, I don't know. I was trying to think. How do you guys greet each other?
In Italy, it's the same. It's 2 cheeks, but you kind of go for the handshake, and then you also do the 2 cheeks. But it also depends on what type of person. If it's like the first time you're meeting someone, you're not gonna go for the kiss. It's just a handshake, just formal, And if it's someone then you're friends with or you haven't seen in a while, then you just go with the 2 cheeks.
I feel like we don't really have the whole kissing thing. Like with friends, you hug. With people you don't know, you don't touch anyone. And you just kind of smile and nod. And then you shake hands if it's like a formal kind of, or like if you meet someone for the first time, then you shake hands. But if it's like teenagers, sometimes they hug, so it gets really awkward because you're like, I don't know what to do. But the only thing that I seen, and we don't have double. If you usually like go to hug and then you like, and that's it.
That feels very sad for me though. Like, what about the other side?
It's neglectful. I'm sorry.
There's some countries that have free kisses.
So
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
But it's still like the other side is just one, you know.
So you just
Then it gets
do
just
it.
You
jealous.
have to, yeah, you have to even it out, and you know, it's a lot of love. So that's something I didn't realize I cared about a lot before I lost it. So I want to ask.
I thought you were talking about this is something you really like you were sad about for your cheek, and I was like, oh, we're getting into it.
No. Like that's some simple thing that I didn't realize how much like it actually means something. Like I actually care about it until I didn't get it. So I want to ask you all, you two, if there's something that you didn't value as much, like the sun maybe, before you lost it. You know, now you don't get it, and now you understand the value of it. Is there something like that?
The food. I think in
Of
Italy,
course.
I miss grocery shops in Italy. They're like they're just so nice. They have everything fresh, everything perfect. And here it's also sad. Everything is everything is just not it, you know.
That was very sad, Ethan. Damn. No, honestly, as you said, the sun, because since like I was living there for basically my whole life, I would always complain about the heat. And I was like, oh, I need the rain. Oh, I miss the rain. Da-da-dee-da-da-da. Like, we have fake rain there, and I'd be happy about it. So when I got here,
crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. But then when I got here, I was like, oh my God, yay. Until I started biking.
Oh,
Biking in the rain. That was just not it.
I
for
love
me.
biking in the rain. I biked
don't.
in hail once. Low-key, it was really fun. Like, first of all, the thought of the fact that, oh my God, I'm being so Dutch right now, biking in very bad weather conditions. But second of all, it was like, apart from like, you know, pieces of ice falling into my eyes, it was fun. I think after weather in Ukraine, sometimes I think I can handle anything, to be honest.
I
Please
don't
continue.
like it. I just don't. I can't do it. I get in such a bad mood, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, no. But now, whenever I go back, I appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
that's the vibes.
I think sun for me too. Like it was such, like, you know, it's always there. So you never stop, like take a moment of your day and say like, I am thankful for that. You don't. But now here, since we were getting sun in the past few days, I'm like, I am thankful for this.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know? And it makes me feel more, yes.
Netherlands teach you gratitude. It really does. It really does. No, I love it when it's like a sunny day and then you come outside and everyone is outside.
Yeah.
It's as if like Harlem has double the population that we usually
Yeah.
have.
And we're always the first ones too, by the way. We're always just out
We
there.
start the party. Of course. No, I feel like from Ukraine, if we're talking about weather, we had a very, I would say, stable weather. Like, if it's fall, you know what weather you're gonna get pretty much. And if it's summer, you know, it's like a very balanced kind of thing. But sorry, but I also miss the food in Ukraine. I wouldn't say there. I don't know. It's a sensitive topic. I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm just trying to be, you know, sensible. Anyways, because weirdly enough, sushi in Ukraine is amazing. Sushi is my favorite thing in the entire whole world. But just like the way Ukrainians cooked anything is more like there's just so much stuff put into it. It's like you can feel it. You can feel the love. So I miss that.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, yeah, the cheek kisses and the sun.
Your cheek is really needing some love.
Yeah.
I'll kiss you on the cheek.
Thank you.
Oh.
No, the thing is, like, it's actually very interesting that I really miss that because it's, I don't know, maybe it's more like more communicating with people, like in a deeper level. I don't know why actually, but like when I kiss for one side, I feel bad. So that's one. The sun is two, and my food too, because here they have a lot of Turkish people living, so they have like Turkish restaurants, but obviously they can't get the raw material here like as it is in Turkey, so it's not as good. It's still like okay, it's still a band-aid for me, but it's not as good, so I really miss my food too.
On the topic of food, Ethan, please get ready.
Tell me.
How much money would we have to pay you right now to eat broken pasta with ketchup?
Do I have to answer?
Is this putting my life in jeopardy? If yes, no.
I think even if you ignore the cultural thing about that stuff, I think would just be disgusting, no? Just ketchup with pasta. No?
No, I think no. I don't eat ketchup with pasta, but I know a lot of people that does,
I
and
don't think it's like a taste that would match well.
the thing is, you eat pasta with tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce and ketchup is not the same thing.
It has tomato.
It's
in it.
completely different.
Okay.
It's like
Okay. What do you think about how Mediterranean people put yogurt in everything? So we have yogurt with pasta, and I love that. What do you think about that?
I've never had yogurt with pasta. But I don't know if it's similar, but I do use cooking cream a lot to make sauces. So I don't know if it's similar, but I guess
No.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Thank you. I'm not gonna go deeper in this. I'm actually scared. So it's fine.
I have a question. I have this one word in Ukrainian that is perfectly encapsulates everything that I need to say sometimes, and I try to explain it to people sometimes. It's two. I'm not gonna get into this, anyways. But I can't explain it because it's such a cultural little thing that people use. Do you have any words or like phrases or something like that that you really wish that you could use in your like normal English language, but you just can't because people don't understand it? Anything like that?
I don't think there's anything for me.
Well, that's
Never
boring.
mind.
Well, you won't like my answer either because I have no idea, dude.
Maybe I can say something about
Please.
this. It's not a complete word, but I think we talked about this. We have those like little words in between you can use. For example, yeah, but like
We
it's-
did
Oh,
talk
yes.
about this.
Oppa,
It-
oi.
or like yeah,
Yeah.
hoppa, or like off, or I don't know, like those things that you can add, and it just adds value to your sentence. You know, like you can complain about something and add yeah in front of it, like yeah, the weather is amazing, or like it's horrible. You know, it's more yes, the weather is horrible. You know,
It's given more feeling.
yeah,
right?
exactly, like more value and more feeling into it. But I don't think people would people would think I'm saying yes
Mm.
if you know.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So, do you want to go back?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
After university, when we finish university in 2027, do you think you would want to go back to Dubai? Would you want to go back to Italy? How's that? How's future looking?
How the future is looking, I would not go back. Like, it's a lovely country, love the place, especially because my family is there. But I personally would not want to go back and live there. I think I'm gonna stay in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I like it. I love my life here.
Just to add on as well, something to her. I think Dubai is not really a place where people start careers. I think it's more of a you go there if you're like established already. So I don't think it's the same type
Mhm.
of question for me. For Italy wise, I would definitely think about it. I have my family there, I have my culture there, everything there.
Yeah.
So I definitely think about it, but I don't know. I still have 2 years and a half,
Mm-hmm.
so time for thinking.
Would you
Oh,
go
yeah,
back?
only-
Not to Ukraine. Would you go back to Cyprus?
or Ukraine if it gets better. You know.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
When it gets better.
I would not go back to Cyprus to like start a career. I think Cyprus is the type of place that you would go to like when you're almost retiring and you just want to kind of
Mhm.
chill and relax.
Have those siestas and
Yeah.
everything.
That I would go. I would just like get a villa and I would live there and it would be lovely. Yeah, I love Cyprus, but it's very small, so it's like it's not
Mhm.
And to Ukraine, I would love to go to back to Ukraine, and I will someday, 100%. And it actually would be a good place to like have a career. Obviously, it's not as much in English because I have my education in English now. So, but no, I would love to. Oh my God, I would bring so many snacks back.
What about if you would like hypothetically drop out now? Would you stay here and like I don't know, maybe continue studying in like a different major or something, or would you go back to your country like right now?
Right now. You're
Like
dropping out
right now.
Right now.
I'd probably go back to my country because if I just drop out and stay here, I wouldn't know what to do. And I think
Yeah, true.
I'd move back with my family and they can kind of help me with
Yeah,
what to do
true.
because just guide me a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
True.
What about you?
Right now, no, I'm not going back. I'm staying here. I don't know. I feel like there isn't, not that there isn't much for me there. I just wouldn't. And it's not like I would go and study in
Well,
France either.
you're also both working here, so
Exactly. Oh my God,
you're working
bestie.
yes. So okay, yeah, I wouldn't go back to my country either. Period.
Talking about differences, there's a lot of debate about languages.
We all know the answer, right? No, no.
There's a lot of debate. You know, Ukrainian language is also in the debate. Just let
Oh, okay.
there. But this is not about me. Guys,
Oh.
French and Italian, very beautiful languages, very flowy, very romantic. Shall we have a little competition?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, okay.
Oh yes.
Yes.
So we have a sentence for you guys.
Oh,
to
I'll give
say.
you a head start. Okay.
Oh, please, please.
No, don't worry, don't worry.
Say a
What shall I
sentence.
say?
Maybe look in the camera. And and then we will have a little voting on what people think. And I need you guys right now to agree with me that you will not fight physically. Okay?
Maybe.
Yes,
We'll see.
Even if you lose.
Oh.
When will
Okay.
the results be out? Will we know
Okay, calm down.
eventually? Or
Let's just do a little fun thing, okay, guys? Of course, we brought these things to have a competition. Crazy. All right, what was the
My language is better, and everyone should agree.
We'll agree.
Will agree. Everyone will agree.
l'italiano è meglio del francese e tutti dovrebbero essere d'accordo perché cioè, è chiaro che l'italiano sia meglio.
Okay,
Se vuoi continuare tu, puoi continuare. Vai.
Damn! Oh la la, bro. Okay. Okay. You really put everyone on the spot here, Ethan. Okay. Ma langue, elle est plus belle et tout le monde le sait. Sauf lui, mais c'est pas grave.
Beautiful.
Say it in Ukrainian.
No, this is about you. Well, let the people decide.
Let the community decide. We're gonna leave.
Please let us know. And I promise that none of them will physically fight you if you vote for the other one. I promise this. I will hold them back.
So for that to happen, comment French flag, guys. Yeah.
That's just not happening, is it?
Yes. Comment which one do you like more?
Which ones do you like more?
Uh-uh.
Since we're on the top.
We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. Okay, we're friends.
Diplomatic answer. It's beautiful. Both the
But
languages
both
are beautiful.
languages are so romantic,
so
guys.
beautiful. So beautiful. I
Yes.
can't decide. I can't decide. Oh, I just don't ask
Sounds
me
like a
something.
cop-out, but fine. I'll
No,
give
no.
it to you.
Because the thing is, I really love both French and Italian. Like, it's in the high ranking for me, for sure. Yeah, very
Yeah.
beautiful.
I like Italian even more up.
It's been delightful to have you guys here. However, we've talked enough.
We
We've talked
did
enough.
talk enough.
Please vote for the best country, not best country, for the best sentence, for the best
For the best
language,
sentence.
for... Okay.
Just the best language. Vote. And that's it for today.
But next month,
Yeah.
we have something coming up
The Sunshine State of Mind, our next episode.
about the Netherlands,
Yes.
about the struggles and the beauties and the joys.
And everything else. So up until then, keep waiting for us again. And that's it for today.
We'll see
Yes.
you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.